41-year-old woman comes to the physician for a routine maintenance health examination. She has a history of AFib and underwent a total hysterectomy for a severe postpartum hemorrhage 4 years ago. Result of her last high-risk HPV/Pap smear co-test from 5 years ago were negative. Current medications include propranolol, warfarin, and a vitamin supplement. She is married and has 2 children. She works as an elementary school teacher. Temperature 36.9, pulse 84, blood pressure 126/72, and BMI is 26. Physical exam shows no abnormalities. Physician recommends stopping high-risk HPV testing and Pap smear in this patient. Which of the following considerations best explains this physician's recommendation? Options: therapeutic privilege, resource stewardship, shared decision making, healthcare ergonomics, and medical reconciliation. We have a 41-year-old woman who came for a routine health maintenance examination. She has a history of AFib and underwent total hysterectomy, and she had a negative HPV Pap smear 5 years ago. Now, this high-risk HPV Pap smear is done actually every 5 years. If you do only Pap smear, then it's 3 years. Okay, make sure you know these guidelines. Sometimes they ask these guidelines. Goes into a family medicine question, but just for the knowledge. And here we are recommending, the physician is recommending the patient to stop this HPV or Pap smear testing. Why? Because the patient had total hysterectomy. He mentioned somewhere, yeah. Total hysterectomy 4 years ago. That means they have removed her cervix. She's no longer susceptible to cervical cancer, right? Then why are we even testing her? Right? Makes sense. So this is an example of what we call resource stewardship. This is a very good example of what we just discussed called a lean process improvement, right? We just said that we are not going to do any unnecessary diagnostic testing or even procedures on someone who doesn't require it. Here, this patient had a total hysterectomy. She doesn't need this HPV and Pap smear testing because she's no longer susceptible to cervical cancer, right? So here we will be saving these tests, basically saving her money, right? Saving her from going into the Pap smear and HPV testing kind of procedures, right? So this is a resource stewardship. You are saving these resources so it can be used on somebody else who actually needs it. Okay, this is a very good example of lean process improvement. Now, therapeutic privilege. So therapeutic privilege means you are withholding information from someone when you know that knowing that information is going to harm the patient. You don't want patients' mental health to get deteriorated. If you know that knowing this kind of a health information is going to be harmful for a patient, you hold that information. That is called therapeutic privilege. Nothing like that happened in this situation, so that's not the answer. Okay. Shared decision making. As the name implies, the physician and the patient is kind of sharing and discussing what can be done, whether it's in terms of treatment, whether it's in terms of procedure, right? Whether it's in terms of diagnostic testing. And if it's shared, if you discuss, patient is also involved in saying that, yeah, you know, I understand this and I would like to go with this treatment. That is shared decision making. Nothing like that has happened in this scenario. Physician directly recommended stop testing for HPV, right? So that's why that's not the answer over here. Healthcare ergonomics. Healthcare ergonomics kind of takes care of healthcare workers, okay, their environment, the culture they work in, right? Or the devices, the materials, whatever they are working with in a hospital, taking care of that healthcare environment and healthcare worker is healthcare ergonomics. Here we are not doing that. Okay, we are directly recommending a patient to stop HPV testing. Medical reconciliation. Now this can actually mean couple things, right? Medical reconciliation could mean kind of referring a patient to confirm, you know, or to get more advice from somebody else, or kind of comparing what the other person says, such as an advice from another physician. Or it can also mean medication reconciliation. That means comparing what we have on chart, what medication patient is taking, and what patient's medication list do we have. Whenever a patient comes to the hospital, this is the first thing we need to check. What medications do we have on our chart or on our list, and what patient is actually taking, including the dosages, including the time that they are taking as well. Whether it's twice a day or thrice a day, everything. So that is medical reconciliation. Nothing like that is happening over here. So that is not the answer.
Thanks for watching. Please give a thumbs up and subscribe for more.